Play a video, actually. I should play a video next
Uh,
time.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm lucky today, and first webinar of the year, and with Akriti. Akriti is a director of sales at our wonderful Castello Di Vicarello. So I'm glad to start the year with you, Akriti. Please show us your beautiful property.
Thank you, Dominique. Thank you, everyone, for joining and Happy New Year. I hope you had a really nice holiday season and are ready to start planning 2025 trips. I've actually been hearing a lot of nervousness, let's say, about the Jubilee, and I was talking to Dominique about this. And honestly, my response is because of the Jubilee, you want to be in the countryside. We're never crowded. We have so much privacy to offer, on our estate and in the region. It's so untouched. And even in the peak of summer, Tuscany never feels crowded. Of course, if you're in Siena, if you're in Florence, yes, you will see crowds. But if clients want a perfect, idyllic Italian escape, we're still here and we're still very private and very, very secluded. So, in a nutshell, for those of you that do not know, Castello di Vicarello is a family-run, family-owned 12th century castle estate that was restored over a 20-year period. We are located pretty much halfway between Florence and Rome. So we're about an hour and a half drive south of Florence, and we're a 2-hour drive north of Rome. So very strategic, if clients are doing a road trip in either direction, we're the perfect stopover. We're also very close to, very popular towns in Tuscany. So Siena is about 45 minutes. Montalcino is 25 to 30 minutes. Montepulciano is 35 minutes. So very centrally located in Tuscany as well. And as Dominique was saying earlier, in case you missed it, we're also very close to the sea. So the coast is about 40 minutes away. And the Argentario coast specifically, so where you will find, iconic Hotel Pelicano, for example, is only 55 minutes away. So that's another itinerary we see a lot of our guests do is they combine land and sea, and that's a really nice way to experience Tuscany in all its glory. In terms of what we have on our estate, so we're 40-hectare private estate. We feature 3 vineyards, so we make our own red wines and one rosato. Our Castello di Vicarello red wine just won 5 grapes in the Bibenda, which is the Italian Sommeliers Association. So that's the most prestigious award you can win. So we won 5 grapes for 2025, and the last time we won that was 2019. So it's nice to win that again. So very organic, small production, and of course we then offer wine tastings, which is a big activity for our guests. On property, we also have more than 2,000 olive trees. So we have our olive groves. We have 3 organic vegetable gardens. We have our chicken and egg house. And then in terms of accommodation, we have 10 very large suites. So average suite size is about 95 square meters. And we are just about to unveil our brand new 2-bedroom villa with private pool. And then for the 10 suites, we also have 2 pools. So in total, we're looking at 3 pools on the property and 12 bedrooms and 11 keys. Um, the property is very spread out, yet it's still cozy. So, the furthest room, which is the spa suite, which is what you see in the bottom of the screen, it's maybe a 5-minute walk to the center of the castle. So, though it's spread out, it's still very easy and accessible, and it provides just the right amount of privacy without feeling lonely. So you have a lot of privacy, but you also have a lot of communal areas where guests come together and can really feel this like cozy Tuscan atmosphere. They're really encouraged to feel at home at Vicarello. So that's really one of our USPs is that, you feel like you're at home. You feel like you're in a hotel, you have all the luxury services, but it's a very, very familiar atmosphere. We see so many of our guests becoming friends with each other. The most common request is, can you put our tables together at dinner? And I think that's something really beautiful to see because guests have so many, points at which they can interact, whether it's a cooking class together, a wine tasting, lounging at the pool together, aperitivo hour on the terrace in summer. So I really love that about the property is that people usually leave with a few new friends. So what you're looking at here is our infinity pool. So this is one of the 2 pools that are available to anyone staying in our suites. This pool is in white travertine marble, absolutely stunning and like endless views. And you can see we have no neighbors. So very, very private. And this is also the terrace of Sweet Sassy, which overlooks the pool. So another beautiful point. And then this is our second Olive Grove pool. all in green marble, close to where we do massages in our wellness gazebo, and also close to where we will be opening our new spa and gym next year. So this will kind of all be the wellness area. And the nice thing about this pool is it's heated. So it's perfect for guests that are coming in low season, March, April, November, end of October. They can still enjoy the pool, which is really special. Because Tuscany, it can get cold, but we very often have sunny days. So it's the perfect way to enjoy a sunny day in low season. What you're looking at now is our beloved glass dining room. It's where Dominique is sitting as well. And this connects to the kitchen. The heart of the castle, I would say, is this kitchen that we use for cooking classes. And from next year, we will also be cooking breakfast in that kitchen, Dominique, which is a new addition, which I think will be really nice. And what's beautiful is you're seeing many different areas where guests can dine. So, I mean, if your guests are on property for 3, 4 days and they want to have all their meals on property, they can switch seats and be in a completely different, unique location every day and feel like they're going to a different restaurant. So I think that's a really special way as the castle is not to just sit in the same room every day and mix indoor with outdoor. And what you're looking at now is actually our dinner setup in the summer season. You're on this stunning terrace. You're connected to our bar, and it's just like the most beautiful way to spend the evening. You can see the most incredible stars from the terrace. And so we often organize stargazing evenings for our guests, usually once a week in high season. And it's a really, really nice way to, just spend an evening with the other guests as well. What you're seeing now is our communal areas that tend to be used more in low season. So they're always open, but in summer, guests tend to be outside for the most part. But again, we have all these cozy living rooms where you can enjoy tea, a drink, read a book. And as you can see, it really does feel like a home with all these, little things, sorry, with ceramics, crockery, things that the family have collected, along their travels across the world. You'll find all these little artifacts, and that really makes it feel like a home. And I think that's quite special. This is our kitchen that I was referring to earlier. So this, I would say, is really the heart of the castle. Guests can, take part in cooking classes in this kitchen. So our chefs don't actually use this kitchen for the restaurant, but this is really just for guests to enjoy. And we do 3 kinds of cooking classes. So if you have, big foodie guests, it's perfect. They could even technically do a different cooking class every day. We have like our bread making and pizza making. We have traditional Tuscan, and then we have a special vegetarian cooking class as well. And recently, we actually put together a package, which I think was really sweet for a mother and daughter that really love cooking, and they wanted like a custom 4-day cooking school package. So we put something together with our chef for them. And again, given the size of the property, given we have 11 keys, we are able to do these kind of special things for our guests. So this was a return client. We know the agent well, and she was like, they really just want 4 days of cooking. So they know the chef too. They remember him from their last trip. And so he was like, I'll get on Zoom with them. I have no problem. They had a quick call. They agreed on the menu for the 4-day cooking school. And that's it. And that was made just for them. So we're happy to offer these kind of tailor-made experiences for our clients as well, as long as we have enough notice. And, our concierge, Veronica, she's great at kind of putting these special experiences together for our clients. So what you're seeing here, of course, is Chef Max with some clients preparing fresh pasta, preparing tiramisu. And I think it's a really nice way, of course, to just really get into the Tuscan way of life, is to do a cooking class and, of course, a wine tasting. But when it comes to experiences, our offering is huge. So we don't just have these culinary experiences. We have everything from, mountain biking, e-bike tours, Vespa tours, hot air balloon rides, boat tours on the coast, wine and paint classes. Dominique has enjoyed that as well. So we really have a big range of activities that we can even, organize on property. So guests don't necessarily need to leave. We also offer truffle hunting, things like that. So we have a wide range of experiences, both on property and off property. And we're even able to organize things like winery tours with the car transfer, tours of towns nearby with a guide. So we're really, able to help as long as we um, have some notice, and then our guest relations is happy to work on custom itineraries for your clients. Here you see our neighbor that actually helps with the truffle hunting. He has his truffle dogs, and he takes our clients around the estate because we recently discovered that we no longer need to send clients off the estate for truffle hunting because we have truffles. So that's really nice. And we also do things like mushroom foraging, asparagus picking. So there's a lot of kind of lovely foodie related activities. Let me get to the accommodation. This here is where we do our massages and treatments with a gorgeous view of the castle, of course. And here we go. So when it comes to accommodation, the most important thing to note is that every single suite is completely unique and completely different and has a personality of its own. So no two suites are like. When you book with us, you're never booking a room category like a deluxe or a junior suite. You book the exact suite that you want your clients to stay in, and they each have, things that make them special. And I understand if you haven't been to the property, it's a bit confusing because you have, 10 suites and a villa, and they all have different names and they look completely different. So if you're ever confused, I'm happy to, have a quick call with you. You can email me and, let me know a bit more about your clients, and I'm happy to recommend suites that would suit them based on their preferences. So what you're looking at now is actually our spa suite. This is, I think, the perfect suite for honeymooners because you have a full spa within the suite. You have this gorgeous deck with a wine barrel jacuzzi. You have your steam sauna and wellness shower in the wellness area. It's very, very, very secluded and tucked away. And this is the spa area within the suite. And it's just perfect to feel like, you're the only people on the property. So it's perfect for couples. And you're right by our hiking trail. So I didn't mention that we have a 5 kilometer hiking trail on the property as well, and hiking boots in every size. Now we're looking at Suite Mezzatore. So you can see complete different style to the spa suite, very like Tuscan, rustic style. This is actually our newest suite. So we opened it last May, and it's quickly become one of our guest favorites. Very spacious. It's about 110 square meters, and it can sleep up to 3 guests. This, on the other hand, is Villa Chiesina. This is actually not the new villa with the private pool. This is an existing suite. It's just a one-bedroom villa. The pool is not private, but it's a great solution for, either 3 adults or 2 adults with two young children downstairs. You have a lot of space. It's 140 square meters, 2 stories. You have a private terrace. You have a private garden. So again, very, very spacious and very private as well. Um, but it's just so you see the flavor of each suite is completely unique. This is Sweet Sassy. And they each really have their own story. Um, this is Sweet Torre, my personal favorite. So for art lovers, this suite is stunning because there's so much beautiful art in the suite that has been collected from around the world. Um, and yeah, it's you can see how the mood changes in each room. So I'm always happy to help you pick. This, I love to show this because this is Suite Grotta. It's our entry level suite. We have 2 entry level suites. In high season, say July, the suite is about 12 to 1300, which, for Tuscany in July, I think is fantastic. And it's quite big. You have this gorgeous private terrace as well. You have a marble bathroom. It's about 50 square meters, so still a good size. And now this is another suite. But I think we have a good offering and a big range. So when it comes to rates, we start in high season at about 1150, and we go up to 3000 a night for the suites. And the 2 bedroom villa with private pool will be 7000 a night in high peak season. We have about 4 different seasons. Um, and yeah, I can of course share the rates with you. Just quickly moving on to the villa, I wanted to share a bit more on that. The villa is stunning, stunning. I mean, Dominique, you saw it now. It's not ready yet, but you got an idea. It's going to be about 250 square meters, so it's very, very large. It will sleep up to 5 adults or 4 adults and 2 children. So there's 2 king bedrooms with en suites. You then have a rooftop terrace overlooking one of the vineyards. You have downstairs, you have the full living room, kitchen, dining room. You have a glass house similar to what Dominique is sitting in right now that opens up into a beautiful outdoor area with a terrace, with a grill, with a gorgeous private marble pool, which is also heated and has massage jets. So it's like the perfect little family getaway. In terms of services, we will offer breakfast in the villa itself every morning, so you don't need to come to the restaurant for your breakfast. We offer like basic groceries if you would like to cook yourself, and then we also offer chef and villa service. So when you're staying in the villa, you have many options when it comes to dining because you can either cook yourself, You can have the chef come to you and prepare, your custom menus in your villa, which I think will be really nice. Or you can come to the restaurant in the hotel. And since you're located in the hotel itself, that's quite simple. And it's just going to be gorgeous. So I wish I had pictures, but I don't. But it's just absolutely stunning. And we think the pool will be pink marble, but that's still up for debate. We're in the last few days where, they can still change their mind. Um, and then one more important thing to note, and I think it's quite fun, is this year, well, last year, we launched our first food and wine retreat, which went incredibly well. It's called Tosco. We will be doing this now every October, and it's a 3-day immersive food and wine retreat. You basically book the entire package, which includes all meals and all experiences and accommodation, and the whole package is commissionable, which is also nice. And the package, I mean, it will change every year. The activities change every year. But to give you an idea of what we organized last year, we had activities like 2 Michelin star chef coming to do a four-hands dinner with our chef. We had the best steakhouse in Italy, sorry, sixth best steakhouse in the world come to cook for our guests live in Vicarello and teach them the best way to grill steaks. So that was really cool. We took them to our steak by the sea, and they had a special day, foraging for mushrooms and asparagus. And then they had a show with Mareman cowboys and a grill lunch there. We did truffle hunting. We did a special cooking class. And then, of course, we did 3 different wine tasting across 3 different days, not only with our own wines, but we also invited, star winemakers in the region and had them come. So it was a really, gorgeous 3 days. And I think it's like the perfect getaway for a couple, celebrating a birthday, an anniversary. And the nice thing is again, it's very nice to make new friends because all these activities are done in a group of 30 people. So it's a really nice way to mingle. It's very social. But again, if you're a food and wine connoisseur, it's absolutely incredible because we're trying to showcase the best of Tuscany. And so a few things we have lined up for this October's retreat are things like cheese making with, a local cheesemaker. Again, we're going to have a different Michelin-starred chef come. We're going to have grill lessons again, cooking classes. So it's really, really exciting. It's going to be the third weekend of October. And I can send more info after this via email so you have, better idea of this package. But I think it's something really, really special and not something that you find everywhere. And I think given that food and wine is really at the heart of the ethos of this property, I think it's a really nice way to experience it and also spend a lot of time with the team in the kitchen. So, just for, an 11 key property, we have 10 people in the kitchen. So it's at the core of what we do, and I think it's a really special way to experience Tuscany. And just before I wrap up for questions, this is the family behind the property. So my husband, Neri, in the middle, that some of you might know, he runs the property. His parents in the back that started this in 2003 and have retired now for the last 8 years and live in Greece on an island. And on the left, you have my older brother-in-law who takes care of the wine business. And then on the right, my younger brother-in-law who no longer works on the property and runs his own business. And that's it. If you have any questions, I would love to answer.
Thank you very much, Akriti. I was there in November, but it's like each time I see the picture, I'm all excited and I feel the vibe, huh? It's a very, very
Absolutely.
special place. So let's see. Nancy, she said, good afternoon, everyone. A girl ready to go, absolutely gorgeous. Sylvia, absolutely lovely. Sherry, looks amazed about the pricing, 1,200 to 13 euro. Indeed, for what you're getting for the size, it's only suite. And usually for that price, you just get a room, but you don't get a suite.
Absolutely.
Roxana, you said you did a site inspection when they had only 7 room, and you said
Wow.
amazing transformation. Janice,
Absolutely. A lot has changed since then.
yeah, Janice would like to know what is the nearest village town and how close is it to the property?
So the nearest village is actually only 10 minutes, but it's not a village that your clients would visit. So I would say the nearest town that they would visit is called Sant'Angelo in Colle. Dominique, we went for
Yeah.
dinner.
Hmm.
It's about 25 minutes away and it's part of the province of Montalcino.
Yeah, and
And
we
it's
had a nice
beautiful.
wine tasting before, huh? The dinner was really nice, huh?
Oh,
Right?
making me
And
hungry.
everybody knew you. Alors,
No, it's very
How,
beautiful.
Marilyn, how far in advance should the wine weekend be booked?
So the food and wine retreat, I would recommend. So we just opened the bookings for this October. So I would recommend in the next month or two.
Mhm.
to book that.
Right. You're going to be sent the recording, but then maybe you're going to send the dates and everything for
Yes.
these three
Yeah.
days. Huh? Lakla says, sorry if I miss it. When is the villa open? Your new villa, the two-bedroom?
So we are already accepting bookings from 1st of April onwards for the villa. So it should open in mid-March, but we're hesitant in case, we need a couple weeks to adjust things. So we're taking bookings from the 1st of April.
Mhm. Do you have any promotional announcement we can share
At the moment, no,
on the
it's
one
mainly the
weekend, probably, huh?
exactly. It's called the Tosco Food and Wine Retreat. So that's the big news. And then of course the villa opening is our main focus right now.
Voilà. So, but we will share the information. Also, we can do some post on social media. And
Absolutely.
our friend from France, and Happy New Year, fantastic. So, what is the rate for the Tosco weekend?
So let me pull this up actually. Sorry, I'm just going to open I was looking for it before, and it's just when you need something that you can't find it.
Yes, huh? Voilà, voilà. All right. And then Natasha, you said excellent presentation. Please do send program for October. So I think everybody is very interested in your
People
program.
are interested. That's great. And I think it's just something so special and unique. So what I'm going to do is pull up the brochure from last year because we
Yeah.
haven't fully finalized the plan, but this will give you a good idea.
Okay.
Um, Let me see if I can share the screen now.
Well, Chris, we had answered the question, huh? What is the nearest village or town? Beth, you said wow. Alors,
So
Sherry
here you can
asking if
see, oh,
she's
sorry,
working in euro. Yes, it was euro, huh? 1,200 euro.
euros.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is a quick overview of what we did this October. So we had on the first day we had a check-in and a tour. We had a vintage wine tasting with our best vintages and our gold medal winner, and we did a four hands dinner with a Michelin-starred chef. Then the next day we did the day trip to our estate by the sea. We did a barbecue lunch and grill lesson, and we had a show with Madame and Cowboys, and then we had an a la carte dinner back at the hotel. And then on Sunday, we did more mushroom foraging and truffle hunting. And then we did a autumn inspired cooking class, which was pumpkin cappuccino, mushroom and sausage risotto, another pasta with
Oh.
mushrooms and aubergine parmigiana. And that's when we did the four hands dinner. So that was a heavy day. We did the four hands dinner with I Due Cibi, which is, as I was saying, the sixth best steakhouse in the world. And then we included winemaker Michele Satta, who's very famous in the region, to come and do a wine tasting and presentation. And then we did a farewell breakfast and a checkout. So the rates are similar this year. I think they're slightly increased. So I will send you those once I find them. I just can't find them right now. But this was last year. So when you're looking at double occupancy, I think it's absolutely incredible. End of October, with the entry level suites, you're around 775 for the whole weekend. And then with our top suites, you're at about 12 for the whole weekend.
And it's three nights?
3 nights.
Three
And this
nights.
includes everything. So, once they've paid this, they're done. It's unless of course they want to include things like massages and things like that, but this is all the food and wine for the weekend and the accommodation.
Mhm. So Alisa, you said what an incredible property. Then we had another request. I missed the pricing segment, so 1,200 euro, huh? If we are speaking about the suites. If not, then you just
Yes.
have now the pricing for the Toscan
And I
weekend.
will send over 2025 rates. So we started about 1,200 in high season and we go up to 3,000. Again, this is the order that our suites kind of
Yeah.
go in. So Levante and Grotta are entry level, and then we move up, and then Torre, Chiesina, Spa, and Mezza Torre are like our top suites. So it just depends on the suite. One thing I will say is the entry level suites are the first to go, obviously. So if you're looking for the entry level rates, I would book soon.
Booking
If you're looking for
quickly.
the top
Yeah.
tier suites, you have
Mhm.
time.
Yeah, and they're very large. So, I mean, plus they're surrounded by vineyards and olive trees. What I like about your property is you don't have a corridor, an elevator, a corridor, and room number one, two on the left, three. It's like you have so much privacy, yeah, for each of them.
Yes,
It's really unusual, I would
absolutely.
say. You see, you have a picture of the suite at the base of the castle right there. It's only one suite, huh?
Yes,
So,
this whole thing is one suite. It's covered in roses and lavender. And like Dominique was saying, there's no lobby to get to your room. You're just
yeah.
walking through nature.
Wow. Mhm. So Darcy, you said gorgeous property. She will send out to clients today. Thank you, Darcy.
Thank you.
Voilà.
Thank
Andrea,
you so
gorgeous
much.
property. Are you open year round or do you close in the winter?
Yes, so sorry, I forgot to mention we close in the winter, so we close end of November, usually after Thanksgiving, and then we open middle of March. But the idea is in about 2 years from now, hopefully to stay open or to close for
For
just
your
a
life.
month.
Mhm. Yeah, because the weather in Tuscany, it's never too cold, huh? And you have so
Beautiful.
much to do, so much of the walking
Yeah.
around, the
And with the
hiking.
fireplaces
Yeah.
on, it's
Yeah.
actually my favorite time. Like Dominique, when you came in November, we had
Oh,
gorgeous
yes.
sunshine during the day. And then in the
Absolutely.
evenings, it's chilly. You turn on the fireplace, you want to
Yes.
eat
Yeah. Mhm.
pasta, you want to drink wine. That's the weather that really makes you want to indulge.
Mhm. Laika, you want to know who are your clients? More couples? I have a group of 5 ladies looking for an active week getaway.
So, we actually have quite a mixed bag of clients. In terms of nationality, of course, we have like 75% North Americans, as any hotel in Italy. But we have, I think, a nice mix. So we have a lot of couples, obviously honeymooners and, very romantic trips. But we also have families, and we're seeing more and more friend groups coming together. So we actually had a ladies' trip in October of 4 ladies that traveled together. So we're seeing a lot more of these like girls trips, mother-daughter trips as well. But we're also seeing friend groups that are like 4 or 5 couples together, 2, 3 couples together. Because it's such a nice place to kind of experience together, and we have all these big, large, long tables. It's really nice to actually be in a big group. Um, and one thing I didn't mention is we're also very big on buyouts and weddings and events. So we do around 10 buyouts a year on average. Um, of which let's say 6 would be weddings and 4 would be, multi-gen family reunions or like a big birthday, like a 50th, 60th, 70th birthday. In peak season, the buyout is 37,500 a night. And that includes the entire estate. You have, 35 members of staff, maybe even 40. You have actually a helipad on the property, so you can land directly on the property. And another exciting thing to note that I sometimes, get requests on is we actually have a private jet airport in Grosseto. So that's 35 minutes away by car. So that's also very easy to access, if guests are traveling privately. And yeah, I think for buyouts, it's really such a unique property to have, to yourself. It's really special.
Mhm. We have another request, which is how far from Cortona?
Cortona is about, I want to say, an hour and
Mhm.
10, maybe an hour and 20.
Nothing.
Tuscany is just so massive that there are parts of Tuscany that it takes us 2.5 hours to reach.
Oh, that's
So
Mhm.
it's huge.
Debbie wants to know, can you share that link? So I suppose maybe Debbie, you mean the link from the for the weekend, huh?
For the retreat,
I would think so, huh? Mhm.
absolutely. Sure. I will, after this, prepare
And-
an email and send
mhm.
to all participants.
Nanette wants to, do you have wine pairing with a sommelier?
Yes, so we offer either we have wine pairing, with our meals, or we have, wine tastings, and we have 3 kinds of wine tastings. So we have the vertical, we have the classical, and then we have the vintage for, real big wine connoisseurs. They can go to the cellar with us. They can, sample wines that are 20, 30 years old. So that's really fun. And we also, as I was saying, organize tours of wineries nearby. So if they want to know more than just about our wines, we work with a lot of producers in the region and we work with a lot of organic wineries where we'd like to send our guests. So for wine lovers, we can really do a lot.
No. More question on the rates. So, and Annette, yes, so the rates are per suite, huh? Because we don't have room
Yes,
per suite and
yes,
it's for 2 guests. Huh?
yes.
Voilà.
For two
Uh,
guests, it includes breakfast.
yeah. And Debbie, you said you have clients celebrating 40th birthday anniversary. You think the spa suite would be perfect for them. 9, 12, 3 nights. Huh? So
9, 12, so,
September,
12th of September.
12th of September for
Okay,
three
I think
nights. Huh?
I think that should work. If you
Huh?
don't mind sending me an email, that would be great.
Okay, I took a little screenshot of Debbie, so we will
Oh,
remember.
perfect.
Huh? Voilà.
Okay, thank you. Great.
So Annette, yes, we said double occupancy, not per person.
No,
Natasha,
not per.
the commission. Natasha wants to
So
know.
with Dominique, you always get 12%. So if you CC Dominique in your emails, you get 12%. And then, depending on the agency you're with, we have some preferred partner agreements as well that you could check. So
Mhm.
I know, Dominique, maybe you help me remember. We're with
We
Departure
can
Lounge.
send, yeah, we can send the information for everyone, huh? After that,
Okay.
all the
Yeah,
commission regard with their agency. Nanette,
perfect.
the price include all food, not just the breakfast, Nanette. Hein?
Just breakfast.
Voilà.
But for the retreat, yes, for the retreat includes everything.
Mhm. Marilyn, you have a honeymoon couple who is very excited for their stay. So
Oh,
is
we're
already planning.
excited to have them.
No? Natasha, do you offer agent rate on site inspection?
Yes, we do.
Good.
So depending on the time of year, I think the best is if
Good.
you just
Yeah.
email us and based on that. But yes, we are always happy to have agents experience the property. I think it's the best way to get to know it.
Mhm. So we had a buyout option for special occasion, and we mentioned it. And we so far you had 10 buyout. We have to go even better this year. Huh?
Yes.
Sherry, congratulations to you for marrying into this beautiful family. Oh, that's sweet.
Thank you.
That's true, huh? Voilà, it's a
It's
beauty.
true. It's gorgeous.
Yes, the place, the family, the other people, it's a oh la la. Eliana, very nice property. Thank you. Debbie will be in touch soon for September 3 night for this birthday
Perfect.
anniversary. Yes, for the retreat. And Debbie has her email there, but we're gonna we have it
Perfect.
already on the list. Huh? All right, perfect, everyone.
Great.
So I think I don't see any more message. Thank you very much, Akriti, for your time. But thank you everyone for taking the time. I know
Thank
this
you.
week is busy because everybody's coming back. So I really appreciate that you took the time to enjoy our webinar. We have more this week coming. So have a look at Dominique Debay /webinar on our website if you want to join tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. All right. So thank you again. Happy New
Thank,
Year and wish you well. And thank you, my dear Akriti. Hein? Allez, bye everyone. Bye
thank you,
bye.
Dominique. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.